Hello again, my name is Michael S. Garner and I do comic book related movies and TV show reviews. Also, I am a comic book, self-published comic book artist and writer myself. But I like to give also just theories, and this one is just a theory video. This weekend Shazam opened up to about over $50 million, about $53 million, which is not great. And a lot of people, although it was, they said that the amount they actually expected lower, like in the $40 million range. So 53 is okay, but it's not great to a lot of comic book fans because we're used to something like, all right, let's say Captain Marvel. The other Marvel, she made about 130 something million opening weekend. But a lot of people took into account the fact that it's coming before Avengers Endgame, and this is the lead-up movie to that. So a lot of people had to see Captain Marvel, Didn't mean that Captain Marvel was basically a way better film than Shazam or anything like that. It was just the fact that that's what it was. And actually Shazam has a higher cinema score and everything like that. But Shazam did open up 2 weeks earlier. Sneak screenings, which I actually got to see, which was just great. I actually got to see early footage, and it's like it was in like maybe 3 showings per theater, and I can't remember what the exact number was on it. I think it was like 7 million that it made. And some people are now saying that they think that that is what actually hurt Shazam, the movie's actual opening weekend, because of a lot of people already actually saw that early screening. And I do believe that that's true, and I do believe the other theory about Endgame sucking up all the money and all the interest out of the room is another thing, because everybody wants to see Endgame. I want to see Endgame. And it's just a big, huge movie and a combination of everything that has happened in the MCU, Marvel, comic book movie universe up until this point. And it might be ushering in a new guard. But going back to Shazam, I also think that something else that took away from Shazam was that damn Joker trailer, which was incredible. I didn't get to do a trailer reaction or anything like that, but it was really good. We were waiting for that movie to come out, and that's not supposed to be, or at least we're not predicting it to be a huge movie, but it did take a lot of the conversation out of the air from Shazam again. So you have Endgame, you have that, and also Endgame released that 1-minute spot on TV too, so that took away a whole mess. And you had the fact that Shazam had early screenings and everything like that. And for me personally, when I was reading things online, I wasn't too surprised at the opening weekend, only because I didn't feel any heat from it either. I mean, I see all these critics saying it was a great movie, and I do think it was a good movie and everything like that. I don't think it was the perfect movie, but it was a really good movie. I think that despite the fact that all those critics and actually fans love the movie, they already saw it. And just all the other people out there just were like, it's okay. And they'll see it later. And the problem is that obviously because we have a lot more movies coming out and Endgame's coming out pretty soon too, that Shazam, even if it stays in the theater for a while, I don't know how much money it's going to be able to make. And especially with that second weekend drop. But to go back to my theory, I'm thinking maybe it was a little bit more important for DC and Warner Brothers to get another critically acclaimed movie, critics and fan acclaimed movie, positive, than to just get that box office. I mean, there's been plenty of DC comic movies, despite the fact that if you hate them or you love them, that have made a lot of money. And maybe this time they just needed that other movie besides Wonder Woman, who Wonder Woman was the only one since they started with Man of Steel. Man of Steel was mixed reviews. Batman v Superman was more on the negative review side, even though I love the movie. What else? Suicide Squad, we know what happened with that. I mean, a lot of people went to see that, and it actually overachieved with money, but a lot of critics did not like it. And what else do we have here? Even Aquaman, the first DC comic book movie that made way more than $1 billion. It still was half and half for the critics and the fans and everything like that. So the only one out of the DC comic book movies that have actually had critical acclaim and fan acclaim and positive claim is Wonder Woman. So maybe Warner Brothers was like, we'll take it. This time we'll take it. If Shazam doesn't do that well, it's fine. As long as we actually got the confidence in people that we have a good movie and we're hearing them and we're making the changes through our line so that for future movies to do better. Maybe they just took it this time and they didn't expect it to make uber amounts of money. But who knows? Maybe the second week something might happen. It might actually make more than it made the prior weekend. That never happens, but maybe it will. Unless you're Avatar. So that was just my theory. I'm just wondering if Warner Brothers and DC just said, we're going to take this as long as we have the critical acclaim that we got from like Wonder Woman. And it's, yeah, I mean, it's not as high as Wonder Woman. I think the Rotten Tomato score is like 91 right now. And Wonder Woman was still like 97 or 95. But still, it's in the 90s. There are not other DC comic book movies that are in the 90s for Rotten Tomatoes and cinema scores. So that is a good thing. And I think that even if this movie does not make a uber amount of money, like I'm saying, I think that it's a good thing for DC to have out there a movie that critics and fans both love alike. And that only can be a positive thing for the DC comic book universe. So that's just my theory. Just thought I'd put it out there. Just wanted to say it. And other than that, I hope you guys have a great day. If you do want to check out my online comic book, it's at visionsanew.com. I write, draw, blah, 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 create all that stuff like that. Haven't put up anything in a while because I'm waiting, building up all this stuff to put out there. But what do you guys think, by the way? What do you guys think of my theory, the fact that maybe DC and Warner Bros. Is like, you know what, it's okay. Let's get those critics and fans to actually trust us now and have a movie that was positively reviewed. So, if you have any comments, put it down below, and I hope you guys have a great day.